Hello and welcome to Free Comic Book Day Roadmap, a special video that will go over how we're covering the massive event of Free Comic Book Day and a way for you guys to share not only your personal pictures and stuff to the site coming over the weekend, which we'll cover, but for you guys also to take the opportunity to share your region's information. So let's get into it and explain exactly how this works. So we asked a bunch of creators on Facebook who's going to Free Comic Book Day and where. Give us the information, we're going to use it. So then we came up with this idea, a roadmap for Free Comic Book Day across the world. So now, as you see, there's actually on our site right now, there's a thread that actually has a bunch of lists. And now what these lists are is these are regional lists, like Free Comic Book Day in Florida, Free Comic Book Day East Coast, Free Comic Book Day West Coast, Free Comic Book Day middle of the US, and then Free Comic Book happenings outside of the US. Now, the reason we did this, you'll see in a minute, is the list is quite large. We maxed it out at 25 things, but there's way more than 25 in it. So as we go through the list very quickly, you're going to see the massiveness of it. But if you're just in the East Coast and you want people to know where to go on the East Coast, we made a list for that. We made a list for the West Coast. We made a list for Florida. Florida's very big. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm in Florida right now, and that's where I now live. And I was surprised how much information I got from Florida. There is a lot of East Coast. I was kind of disappointed I didn't see more things in New York going on. Maybe because I'm not in New York, I don't see it like I once did. But online, I haven't seen a lot of hoopla about things going on in New York. But with that said, each one of these is a list. The list that best pertains to you is one that you'll easily be able to share. You could either click on the list and go directly to it, which is not hosted on our site, but is hosted on Opinion Stage, who teams up with us and allows us to do these types of lists and polls and quizzes. So we thank them for that. You just click on it, and then you'll be able to share it in actual social media. And we'll just do Florida real quick as an example. You go over to it, and then you go to the bottom, and there's an actual, as you can see, there's a lot. There are two share buttons. So now you can share it easily on Facebook and Twitter. So you could do it that way. You could do the old copy and paste method, or you could, if you found this on Facebook, because a lot of times we share things on Facebook or on Twitter, you could just share that initial thread that brought you to this particular thread. So now you pick your region, you share it, you've now helped a bunch of creators. With that said, there is a master list, and right now this is the master list, or roadmap as we're calling it, for Free Comic Book Day. Now, Free Comic Book Day has its own website. Feel free to check it out. And we will, okay, here's the deal. We were asking for days about this. The master list is now full. We can't add much more to the master list without it getting kind of ridiculous. But if you see this and you're late to the party, I gave you a little spot. Click here. And that goes directly to the thread I had. Make a comment below. We'll try to fit you in. What we'll do is we'll try to adjust the regional areas. We'll find out where you're from and put you in the regional area if we can, because unfortunately you didn't catch it. And like I said, we've been doing this all week. We waited till Friday to make it a big deal. So if you're a little late to the party, we'll try to fit you in one way or the other, but you might not make it to this main thread, but at least you'll be listed. We'll do our best. Now, making a list like this is not always easy. So that's why I took a couple days ahead of time. You're going to see how in-depth the list is. We're going to go down it right now. We got Dan Noakes. He's going to be at Third Eye Comics in California. We have our good friend Russell, who was on Spoken Sins last night at Heidi Ho Comics in California. We have Gina Love will be at CS Collectibles in Colorado. Clearwater, Florida will have Austin in it. Austin's a great guy. I got to hang out with him over the past weekend at Fusion Con. Great guy, great creator, becoming a great actor. If you're in Clearwater, make sure to check out my friend Austin. Speaking of another person I know and I consider to be a friend, Natalie. Menken. I'm sorry I'm pronouncing that wrong, Natalie. Natalie is a great artist. For those who follow Written Sins, you've seen her work on the Supreme Doctor Strange, the fantastic art that we showed just a week ago. Really stunning. She also is doing a Wolverine that's going to be showing up very soon on our site in our new segments where we wind up doing the sin by day. Each day has its own new theme to it. So we're going to be showcasing her Wolverine that she had just finished on one of those days. She's going to be at right here in Fort Myers, right around where I live. And I'll be probably sticking my head in over there, getting some pictures, hanging out with some creators at Hero Trader in Fort Myers. Florida continues with just a massive event at the, I believe this is going to be over at the, I don't know why it's not saying it right here, but it will be, Yancey, there it is. I'm just missing it. The Yancey Street Comic for Free Comic Book Day. They're going to have a fantastic list of creators, just a ton of people. Site favorite, one of our good friends, one of Written Sins, happy to say friends, is Martin Dunn. Great guy. This is your chance to meet him. Not only him, but you get to meet Evie Dunn. Evie Dunn, for those who don't know, I believe she's 10 now. She's the 9-year-old creator who was actually featured at MegaCon Tampa Bay last year. She's featured, I believe, MegaCon Orlando. Yes, it's MegaCon Orlando coming up Memorial Day weekend in Orlando. Fantastic creator. This is an awesome group of creators, though. It goes beyond just them. Just if you're going to be in Tampa, this is the place to go, or anywhere near Tampa. For me, it's just a little far, but if you have the opportunity, take it. My good friend John, who has that Kickstarter that we've been talking about on Written Sins about the wrestler Mr. Volkov, he is going to be making appearances, but not only is he appearing at Playlist Live in Orlando, but as well he gave us a couple other places to check out, which was part of Yancey Street Comics. There's the Yancey Street Comics South, Vieira Comics, Emerald City Comics, Heroes Landing, and Uncanny Heroes all throughout Florida. And speaking all throughout Florida, we over at today, SuperCon sent out a mailing today and had all of these amazing events going on throughout Florida. And I won't list them all. They're listed on this. You guys can, check it out. There's some SuperCon giveaways at these. You can see it all through. Coral Springs is going to have it, Miami, Tattoos and Comics in Miami, Winter Park, Orlando, Sanford, Gainesville, Jacksonville, Melbourne, all over, just not near me, unfortunately, but it's going to be all over. So SuperCon is getting all in it and all around, trying to really make it a big thing. So, credit to SuperCon for making not only the list, but really getting involved by giving some tickets away. How cool is that? Not only you get free comics, but you can go to a Comic-Con for free. Speaking of free comic books, you can visit Mike McMahon in Illinois at Fun Collectibles. He will be there. So check him out if you're from the Illinois area. That's our Midwest. First time on the conversation now. Andy Shaggy Corte will be found at Blue Moon Comics in Lafayette, Indiana on Free Comic Book Day. Good friend of mine, Josh Dahl. Love hanging out with him. Love talking with him. Love seeing his videos. He's going to be in Massachusetts for Free Comic Book Day. Check out his event. Go see him. Meet up with him. Seriously creative guy. Smart guy. He's someone to learn from and buy his comic books. Alan Herbert, HB Comics, will be at Midgrade Comics in Derby, New Hampshire. So if you're up in New Hampshire, that's your place to go. Just a fantastic guy. Someone I'm very happy I can call a friend. Known him for years. This is Chris Madden. Chris Madden will be at Consume, Shrewsbury, New Jersey, at the Comic Crypt. Consume was just part of the title, but Shrewsbury, New Jersey, at the Comic Crypt for Free Comic Book Day. Let's see. Larry is saying something. Larry is saying Bill Tucci and Jim Shooter appearing. Where are they appearing? Larry, I don't always see. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Comic Book Day in Montauk, New York is where I'm going. Okay, you know what you do, Larry? Go to my page, Rob Anderson. I'm the only Rob Anderson I know of on Facebook, and tag me with what's going on, and I'll fit it in because it's from Montauk, New York. I'm from New York. I know the area. Tag me, and I'll put it up on Written Sins. I'll add it to the Northeast. Sorry I missed your comments, Larry. I don't always see them while I'm in the middle of doing this list. But Larry joining us today, so I'll make sure to get that out there for you. Continuing on our list, we have good friend of our site. Now, Chris Mad also, just to touch base, and I'll get to my good friend in a minute. Chris Mad will be appearing. He's a great artist. He's working on The Untold right now. He's worked on Fetish Babies with me, gave us the back cover. He's one of the guys that is just fantastic. His art is on point. So if you're in New Jersey and you want to meet one of the up-and-coming, Chris Mad is one of the guys to go to. And speaking of up-and-coming, Johnny C is going to be at the Sarasota Comic-Con for Free Comic Book Day. How awesome is that? So check it out. Get with, if you're in Saratoga, get with the event. Get on it. Share it with your friends that Johnny C is going to be there, and go see him and tell him that Rob from Written Sins says hi. Johnny's a great guy. He's been on our site for a few different projects. He's part of the Barnstormers between him, Bob Sally, and Josh Dahl. So definitely a great creative trio to check out. Staten Island will be hosting my friend Howie. Howie has that Float Kickstarter that we've been talking about. He had it funded in one day. How fantastic is that? He will be at Comic Book Jones in Staten Island, New York. My family's from there, so it'll be a great event just because Howie's there. If you're in Staten Island, New York, that's the place to check out. In Yonkers, you'll have Dennis Knight inside you in the Spiderweb on Saturday for Free Comic Book Day. Dennis Knight's great creator. Know him. Hoping to do things with him in the future. Stay tuned for that. At Fremont, Ohio, this Saturday, we'll bring you Sean Fornery at Rips Comics. So Sean will be there. Some of you might know this name, Dirk Manning. He'll be at Pack Rat Comics in Ohio for Free Comic Book Day. This is the man that brought you Right or Wrong. He is an indie comic book legend at this point. If you have the opportunity and you're in Ohio, go check out Dirk Manning. Philadelphia, you'll have Brandon Brotos at Unbreakable, where the actual comic book, remember Unbreakable, the comic book movie? It was Sham Nights movie with Bruce Willis. Remember that scene where they shoot it in comic book? So actually, I think it's several scenes they shoot in a comic book store. That's the comic book store he's going to be at. Unbreakable. How freaking cool is that? Then you have over in Portsmouth, not Pottsmouth, that'd be in Colorado, Virginia, you're going to have Micah Myers at Atlantis Games and Comics for Free Comic Book Day. Promise we're almost done with the list. I know it's a long one. Matt Slay will be in Virginia at what is it? He's at Starport. He'll be at Starport for Free Comic Book Day. Look forward to meeting him. Matt and I have some news coming out very shortly about a project we're working on together. So definitely go check him out. He's a great guy. I really wanted to work with him, and I was so happy that I had the opportunity to work with him recently. And I can't wait to share what we've been working on with you guys. Something with that should be coming soon. Okay, and Chad Scott is our first person up from our international wing. These are people appearing outside of America. He's going to be in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada for Free Comic Book Day at Amazing Fantasy Comics. Then we have Jay, who's going to be, Jay and Matt are going to be for Conceptual Heist at Como in Montreal, Free Comic Book Day. Here's the actual art they gave. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I like it. if you're in Canada over in Montreal, this is going to be the place to hang out for Free Comic Book Day. Then we have in the United Kingdom, Mark is going to be there. He's going to be at Oldham Comics for Free Comic Book Day. And finally, as always, we ask, are you one of us? After a year, we've been doing Creators of Written Sins and focusing on indie creators. We're spending some time focusing on the fans of indie comic book creators. We're asking the fans, are you one of us? If you are, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our actual site at writtensins.com, and never forget to share everything. Sharing is more important than liking. Thank you for spending time with me on this video. Go out tomorrow, Free Comic Book Day. Share these lists. Tell everyone about the things that are going on. Make sure comics stay important. Make sure you promote indie comics and tell everyone the indie comics they should be reading. As always, we will be covering this event on writtensins.com. And if you do have something you needed added, like I said, contact me, get in touch with me, and I will do my best to get it up before the event tomorrow. And remember, you have each one of these different regional ones. So if you're in the West Coast, here's your list. If you want to share the entire list, just share this thread. It's that simple. Share the thread, share everything that we just talked about today. Go out there and let indie comic books reign over Free Comic Book Day. And just as we close, just credit to the Free Comic Book Day site. Go over there, subscribe to them, like the stuff they're doing, see what Will Wheaton was saying.
Hi, this is Will Wheaton, and I am standing in my...
So go to the site and see what Will Wheaton was talking about and where he was standing. All right, guys. That's it for now. We will talk to you all soon about other great events and cool stuff.